Hi guys, it's me Linwood, and as you can see I have my hair in a ponytail today because I wanted to talk to you about ponytails and the right type of holding and all that. I know it sounds like a pretty basic video, but you would be surprised at the amount of people that I see that are improperly treating their hair and having breakage due to the way that they're wearing their ponytails. So my first tip is to never tie your pony up in the same place. You want to put your pony in different locations so it doesn't get bored. So the same way you think about your hair, you want to make sure that you're not putting that ponytail in the same location every day. Make sure that you're moving it around to different areas just so you don't experience breakage right in the center of that ponytail where you're holding it. Just by slightly moving it up or down or off to one side or the other, it does really kind of help to keep stress off of that area. My second tip for that would be to make sure that you are not brushing your hair back into a ponytail without brushing out the center of the ponytail also. And the reason why is because a lot of times you can have issues with matting right in the center of that ponytail, and trust me, it's not fun to get out. It's not cute, nor is it okay. And if you come to me and you're wondering why it hurts to detangle your hair, chances are you should have combed all the way to the scalp area in the center of the ponytail instead of just smooth the sides out. Especially if you have curly hair, it will mat up very easily. My next thing would be I wanted to go through some of the different rubber band types with you and show you like my yays and nays so you can kind of understand what it is that I'm talking about with that. Now I do have first just a classic rubber band, and I hope that you can see it and it's not too bright and things. But this one here is just a regular rubber band. It's got a good amount of elasticity to it. And with these, I don't have a huge issue with them, but I will say be careful not to wrap them too tightly, because by wrapping them too tightly, you will choke out that hair and cause breakage. Next, I have another one that's quite similar to it, only it's larger. And so you can kind of see here. I'll hold up the other one inside of it, and then that way you can kind of see the difference in size. They are pretty different in size, and they're different in size for a reason. This one is really made for larger amounts of hair, like if you're doing one big braid or if you have a very large ponytail, something like that, you could use something of that nature. If you're going to wear it up in a ponytail for a long time, I wouldn't really recommend this kind here. But if you're doing twisties or something small or intricate, you really don't want to use a rubber band this size. They make smaller rubber bands for a reason. Trust me on this one, it's just much better to use something that's appropriate for the size. If you wrap this around a million times, you're pretty much guaranteed to have some tangling in that area, and when you take it out, you pretty much got to rip it out or cut it out of the hair, and it's just no fun. Next, I have this rubber band here. And it's one of those really shiny, awkward material ones that you see. And to be honest with you, I have no idea what it's made of, but it does have a good amount of stretch. I like these because I don't really see them take out a lot of hair, and they're relatively smooth. They don't tend to tangle as bad in the hair either. The only downside about these is a lot of times if you get them wet, they will pop and break on you. So if you're planning on wearing it for an extended amount of time, or you're doing braids or something, you wanted to go swimming, things like that, I wouldn't really recommend it for that. But otherwise, I don't have a lot of issues with these at all. They can be a little bit more difficult to find. Clear rubber bands are the same way. They will break exceptionally easy. So you don't really want to use clear rubber bands unless you absolutely have to. My next one would be your ties like this here, your elastic ties with a cloth around them. And just so you can kind of see there, I've got it. Notice that there is no metal clasp on that band. And that's a good thing, because that way you're able to get a good amount of stretch. You can hold that hair in place and you don't have to worry with it too much. Since it is just bonded together, typically if you pull it too tight, it will break in that area. So that way you're not having to worry about choking that hair out quite so easily. Which is a good thing, because I know some people may view it as a hassle, but really if you're struggling to kind of put it around that ponytail that one last time, it's probably one loop you shouldn't be putting in there, because it will cause breakage and it will take your hair out. So I do like these here above a lot of the other ones, just because it does not take the hair out as badly, and it's made really for more extended wear. Then they have these here, which are the kind with the metal clasp on there, and I'm not a huge fan of these. The reason why is obviously because of the metal clasp. If you can find them without it, I'm perfectly fine with it, regardless of the size of the band. But with the metal clasp, as you can see, you can stretch and stretch and stretch, and they still hold on quite a while. and it's just really not advisable to use something like this. The reason why is because the metal clasp will actually catch a lot of your hair and cause you to rip that hair out. And if you love your hair, you really don't want to rip it out. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I wouldn't really recommend using that. If you can get them, they're usually about the same price to get them without the little metal clasp. So just get them without the metal clasp. And the next one, all I can say is if I see you with it, I will most likely fight you. I may flip something over like a table or the nearest toddler, or I will personally do backflips over someone and snatch it out of your weave or your hair or whatever. Is the manila shipping rubber bands or any type of rubber band like this. They are not made for your hair. These are for envelopes. They're for shipping devices. They're for office supplies. You really don't want to use things like that on that hair. It will take your hair out. They are terrible for your hair. Trust me on this one. Really, I would rather use it as a bracelet or to terrorize your little sister, you know, where you pop her like that in the back. Trust me, it's fun. But don't put it in your hair. Don't do it. I will have to be forced to become a samurai warrior and sneak up on you and slice it out of your hair. I hate these with a passion. Do not use them. I will talk about you badly in front of your fans, your friends, and your family. And if you're a celebrity, I'll talk about you in front of your fans too. So that's pretty much all of my advice for ponytail holders on that. At some point I'll have a video on different types of styles you can do with ponytails, but I don't want my videos to run too long. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below. And if you know someone who wears updos or ponytails quite a bit, make sure to forward this video along to them. Take care and happy hair. Love you guys. Bye.